That's right, I am getting another catamaran. Which one? But first, we gotta find out how we got here. I used to be a commercial pilot. I flew private jets and had my own airplane that I cruised around the country in. And then the unthinkable happened. At the age of 38, I had a stroke, lost my flight medical, and my career as a pilot. Welcome to the very first episode of Sailing Doodles. Most of my furniture's gone. So I did the only smart thing you can do. I took my 2 Labradoodles, sold everything I own, and bought a 35-year-old sailboat. Somehow I talked a beautiful woman named Megan to sail with me, and we set sail to the Caribbean. We didn't have much experience sailing, but we didn't let that stop us. We were all in. Our first leg was from Texas all the way to the Florida Keys. Our first sail was literally over 5 days. Somehow, through lots of preparation and planning, we made it to Florida. It was the first leg of a journey that I had no idea would be over 9 years now. As fast as we could, we left the United States behind and sailed over to the Bahamas. It felt pretty surreal those first few days, being in the Bahamas on our own boat. We weren't stopping there. We continued all the way down to the Virgin Islands. We had a great time there and somehow picked up a delivery job on an old 2004 Lagoon 440. We sailed that boat from St. Martin back to Florida, and that's where we first met Amanda as crew. We had a lot of fun on that delivery and sailed it to St. Petersburg. And that was pretty much the end of the first chapter of Sailing Doodles. We loaded all our belongings in a van and headed back to Dallas. I flew to Thailand where I met the owners of Island Spirit Catamarans. They gave me a tour of their factory and I ended up agreeing to do a yacht delivery for them. It was a 1994 Beneteau 50 that was in British Columbia. It was a pretty big adventure, 13,000 miles from Canada to Thailand. It was on this journey where Laura would join the crew. Our first leg on the boat was to leave the cold behind and sail down to Mexico. We had a great time in Mexico, waiting for the weather window to cross the South Pacific. Sadly, we had to leave our 2 Labradoodles, Maverick and Goose, behind with family as it was going to be too long of a journey for them. We had a great sail across the South Pacific. It only took us 17 days to sail the 2,700 miles across the equator down to French Polynesia. The rest of the sail was a blur as we cruised across the South Pacific in only 6 months from Mexico all the way to Thailand. It was an incredible journey in a short amount of time, and somehow we made it. And that's when I bought Naughty Dog's, a 1989 CT-56. I was able to bring the boys back to the boat, and that's when Taylor joined the crew. We took our time on that journey, sailing through the Bahamas. We had a great time exploring those islands, but unfortunately it was on that journey where my dog Maverick would get sick. We flew him home to get treatment, but unfortunately it was no avail. He passed away from cancer. We were sad, but we carried on without him and sailed this boat down to the Caribbean. We were in the U.S. Virgin Islands when COVID struck and had the beaches pretty much all to ourselves. That summer, we sailed the Naughty Dogs back to the Chesapeake. Unfortunately, it was there she suffered a transmission fire, which would cause enough damage that I decided to sell her. It was at that point that Taylor would go her own way, and I helped her buy her boat. That's when I would try the motor yacht side of things and bought a Hatteras 60. I had a few different crew members come for a while, and Taylor would even come for a bit. Even Megan came for a visit. I met Geraldine in Belize, and we would take a trip to Thailand. And that's where I met Stephanie, who would travel with me on the motor yacht for the next year. We had a great time, but eventually I would sell the boat, and Stephanie would leave to go back to school. That's when I signed the contract on my new Island Spirit Catamaran. I reconnected with Amanda, and I bought a used Sea Ray 340. We would spend 6 months cruising around the Bahamas in it. It was a small boat, but we had a lot of fun. I sold it when my new Island Spirit Catamaran was just about ready. We traveled to Thailand to take the new boat on a shakedown cruise. We were excited to get on this beautiful new boat and go cruising. It was going to be a complete game changer. With electric motors and electric winches, this boat was going to be easy to sail. Unfortunately, that wasn't going to be in the cards for us. During delivery from Thailand to Singapore to put it on a cargo ship, the delivery crew crashed and wrecked the boat. It was a total loss. It was pretty devastating. Rather than wallow in self-pity, I decided to move on and I bought my old CT-56 back. I didn't know when or if I was going to get another catamaran, After a little bit of elbow grease, I sailed her back down to the Bahamas. And that's where we are today. Wow, that's a trip down memory lane there. I actually had a lot of fun. It took me a while to find all that footage and edit it together and put it together in a cohesive story. Obviously, I skipped over a ton of stuff in there. If I would have done every little thing in there, it would have been a 30-minute long video. In between boats, we did a lot of charters, and we did some side charters, and sailed some other excursions, did a lot of other things. And sorry if one of your favorite spots there, I left it out, but it would have been just too much to do. So pretty amazing. In 2016, when I started Sailing Doodles, I had no idea this was going to become a thing. My original plan was that I had enough money to, I thought, go for a year, maybe. I did not have enough money to go for a year. I thought I did. But we started the YouTube channel. I started the YouTube channel and started putting out videos, and I took it seriously. I took it like a job from the very beginning. Somehow it became a business and a lifestyle, and I don't regret it. It's the best thing that ever happened to me. So my stroke that happened in 2015 was by far the best things that ever happened to me. It was devastating at the time. I thought my life was over, but I'm glad things turned out the way they did. So with that being said, I'm on my CT56 right now. I had been basically living out of a suitcase since I sold the Sea Ray in June. And I was expecting to have my new boat in December, January. Obviously that didn't happen. You can see what happened there. There's videos on that if you'd like to go more in depth. But I'm not going to go too much on depth there. That's a different video. So with my boat being crashed, and I didn't know when I was going to get a new one, if I was going to get a new one or whatever, I needed to create content. And just so happens this old boat came up for sale, and I jumped on it, bought it back. So all right, now the big news. What am I getting? What catamaran am I getting? Well, a lot of you probably already know. If you're a patron or channel member, you already know. I've already answered a lot of these questions for you. Or if you're on the Sailing Doodles Navy, I am getting another Island Spirit. So they are building it right now as we speak. I'm getting hull number 5, and I'm really excited about it. They just did the sea trial on hull number 3. I'll show you some videos here. It's really cool. You can see it looks like almost exactly like mine did. A huge salon with the island in the middle and a door that goes up to that forward seating area and cockpit. It's really nice. The galley is just really wide, great for entertaining, and the windows open up into the aft cockpit. It's just, the finish out on there I was really surprised with how good it is, and just the visibility in the boat is pretty awesome. This is one of the VIP cabins. So on this boat that they did a sea trial, I believe it is a 5-cabin layout. That'd be great for charter if you have a bunch of people, or you're not going to live on it full time, but you can make do if you do want to live on it full time. That's just my opinion. But the fly bridge is great. That's one of my favorite things on this boat, is just the fly bridge, the visibility from it, and you can hang out up there. It's really great for entertaining, and just a large seating area in the back. It's pretty awesome. They've actually got another one coming online, ready to sell early this summer. So if you were looking for a 52-foot catamaran, it has all the bells and whistles. I believe it has everything I optioned for. It's a 5-cabin boat. Otherwise, I would take it. I want a 3-cabin boat because I'm going to live full-time on it. So I want one whole hull to be my side plus an office. But if you would like a 5-cabin boat, you can have one as early as June. I don't know how else you can get a big 52-foot cat that quick. But there's a link in the description if you want to talk to the sales guys on it. Make sure please tell them you saw it on Sailing Doodles. That really does help me out a lot. And so I'm going to get hull number 5, which they are in production on right now. It should be out sometime this fall, winter. They're saying by the end of the year. So that is with the caveat, we're still waiting on insurance. So insurance, I hope will settle very soon. All the documentation's in, everything's done. The process, it's just now with the underwriters or whoever's got to deal with all that now to get me paid. So then when insurance pays, then I gotta pay for the boat again, because that's just the way it works. So hull number 5, really excited about it. So then what am I going to do with this boat? I'm probably, if I don't need to sell this to pay for the other boat, if insurance does come through, then I would like to keep this boat, and I'd keep it up in the Chesapeake or maybe Long Island Sound, and I can do summer sailing on that boat, and then I would get the new Island Spirit to go cruising there down around the world. So the Island Spirit, the 525, will be my boat to cruise around the world. So the one that is going to be ready early June, it is basically kitted out just like mine. The only difference is instead of the end mast furling on the mast, it has traditional boom and mast, although I believe if you really wanted to, you could probably switch that out. So it's got the really big 110 horsepower generator that can power the whole boat. It's got the electric motors. It's got the 25 kilowatt house bank. It's got the 210 kilowatt hour drive bank, so you can go like 8 to 10 hours just on the batteries alone. It has like 48 or 4900 watts of solar. You know, it has the 2 air conditioning systems that'll run they only run on, if you run one of them, it'll cool the whole boat, and it only takes about 1500 watts, so you can run that off the house bank basically indefinitely with the drive bank. So it's a really cool boat. It's I mean, I would, if I wanted a 5 cabin, I would get that boat, and I believe they're asking just over 1.3 million for it. So if you would like one too, join me on the Island Spirit Club there. It'd be kind of cool. You know, hey, if you do, let me know. I'll even go over there with you, and we can do a shakedown cruise on it when it launches. That'd be kind of fun. I'll go over there with you. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you guys what I'm doing, what's going on. The new cat should be here by the end of the year. I haven't decided where I'm going to pick it up yet, either in Thailand or probably in Thailand. I'm not sure 100% because the original plan with the other boat was they were shipping it to Florida for the boat show, and I was going to put the dogs on at that time. Well, now I have the dogs. Getting the dogs all the way to Thailand might be hard, so what I might do is find someone to watch the dogs for about 3 or 4 weeks, go to Thailand, sail the boat to Singapore, and then maybe ship the boat from Singapore to the Mediterranean if it can go through the Suez Canal, you know, all that crap. Who knows what's going on? Like to Cyprus or someplace. And then it's a lot easier to get the dogs to Europe. And then so we'd sail around Europe and the Med for a year, and then cross the Atlantic and head over to the Caribbean, and then head through the Caribbean, maybe go through the South Pacific and do all that stuff. So that's the general plan right now. I'm really excited about it. As long as insurance comes through, we're good to go. So I'm excited to get on this brand new Island Spirit 525E. And if you would like to get the one that's going to be ready in June, there's a link in the description. So thank you guys for watching. Please make sure you're subscribed to the channel to get more, you know, follow along our adventures. And man, I can't believe it's been 9 years. Hopefully I'm going to get another 9 years of this. And thank you guys that are patrons in the Sailing Doodles Navy. Couldn't do it without you guys. And you know, it's been a lot of fun, and you guys make it possible. All right, we'll see you on the next video.